Namaskaram, everyone. I'm Mukesh, and thanks for the introduction to all the panelists here. We have very short time, and it's the first time probably that gaming is coming in a mainstream flagship event at Hurdle. We are coming from the fraternity. It is indeed a delightful moment. Um, and we have done a brief intro. The topic is in front of you. No, we have seen deep tech startups from Kerala. We have seen fintechs coming from Kerala. We definitely now look forward to see gaming as a superpower, coming from Kerala. We have a lot of parallels from around the world where small countries have done fabulous global leap in gaming. We wish to see that coming from Kerala soon. So, not taking much of a time, let me just set the context here. What do we mean by this terminology and all that? So, we all know Kerala has been, known for its literacy, art, craft. Cinema and OTT is doing wonders today. And we definitely see that there is a huge creative talent, raw talent, which is required for any interactive creative process like gaming, which is in abundance in the state, by the way. You go ahead and find out any gaming company internationally, you will see one Malayali name out there. And that too in the leadership, which gives us the confidence that here lies a big potential for the industry to take off. We are also not a very high capex industry, so yeah, we don't really need too much of a land and infrastructure. So this is the right time that we push this narrative, push this sector forward, and do some quality creative talent building in the process. So nonetheless, let's begin with setting few contextual questions, which I think anyone from the panel can pick it up. Before that, probably you can put a one-liner of your intros, to the audience for them to understand what exactly is the body of work that you do. Sridhar, you can start from here.
Uh, Hi everyone. My name is Sridhar Mupri. I'm the co-founder of Yes Gnome, which is a small gaming studio based out of Hyderabad. I also run another company called Purple Talk, which is a little bit larger, but that's like a dev shop. We also have a few other interests or other product companies. I also am the chairperson or chairman of JEDI, Game Developer Association of India. Our job is to help gaming ecosystem grow by advising the government as well as whatever we can do, we as industry leaders.
Hi everyone, my name is Jobin. So I've been in gaming industry for last 6-7 years. In my previous stint, I was a co-founder at a studio which was building from India to the world in PC console space. Right now, we are building ZIT, which builds ARC, which is a hardware plus software stack for India and the global south, from Kerala to the world. So that's it. That's about.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sibin George from Square Enix. We are one of the largest video game developers based out of Japan. Since the last 5 years, we are operating out of an office in Bangalore. So if you play games, you might have heard about Final Fantasy, Tomb Raiders, etc. So that's our IP. In India, we are very much focused on the mobile publishing space. So we have launched 2 games in the last 4 years and lots more to do. So our focus is that build games in India for the global market. Happy to be here to contribute my side of the story. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can you play the video?
Yeah, I think we can have the video for the next 2 gentlemen because you can experience what they're building. The first video, please.
So, my name is Jim Jones. I am founder and CEO of Dynaminext. We are a studio based out of Cochin. We have been operating for the last 13 years or so. We are a product-based firm, so we conceptualize, build, publish, and market games ourselves. The video that you have seen is actually a collage of different products that we have built over the years. In 2012, we started with a text-based RPG called Downtown Mafia, which was focused on the international market, specifically US. The game turned cash flow positive in 6 months, and it was able to attract millions of downloads over the years, and it reached the top grossing charts in the US, both in Android and iOS. Later on, we created other titles, Battlecry, which is another text-based RPG, which was also reasonably successful. Then we wanted to try something more 3D sort of game, so we moved on to Unity as a building platform, and then created a poker game, and Downtown Gangsters, which was a Clash of Clans genre of strategy game. These games were all focused on the international market. Then later on, we wanted to try something for the Indian market as well. So we recently launched a Ludo game and a Teenpatti game. And this year, we launched another text-based RPG, which is actually based out of, it's called Mumbai Mafia. It is based out of Mumbai storyline. All the games that you have seen here are built in Kerala from our Cochin studio. Gaming is actually a very dynamic industry, so the kind of games which actually works in different times varies all the time. So we are just trying to figure out, trying different genres and different strategies to see what's the next big thing that we can build in Kerala for the world. Thank you.
Can we have the AV for Metashot?
Hi everyone, my name is Prince Thomas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Metashot. We started the company in August 2021, and the vision was to make a console or give Indians console-like experience at 1/10 of the price point of a regular console. So we are a hardware plus gaming studio, so there's a capex associated to our existence. I think Jobin was also smiling when you said there's no capex, but yeah.
Low capex.
So yeah, that's about us. So we're now selling in UAE, US, and India.
Great. So thank you once again to all the panelists. I guess you just saw a glimpse, and the panelists have been very modest. Jim has spent more than a decade in gaming, one of the most successful studios emerging from the country, not just the state. Prince, as you have already seen, have been to, have built something which is very unique and very unique for the country, right? Blending cricket with an interactive experience. Plus, of course, Shark Tank and everything. So let me just get into the context here. So when we all talk about soft power, the first recall value is South Korea with their K-pop and K-dramas, Hollywood with their Marvels and Disneys, and Japan with their anime. Do you see that gaming can be that equivalent from Kerala? What will be your perspective on that take?
To be honest, early days, when it comes to soft power, what are we trying to project? So at the moment, the way I look at it is more than soft power, try to build successful businesses. Kerala has been actually, while most people here might not know, but if there are, 25, top studios in India, at least 5 of them are in Kerala. The reality is there are only 5. So, but whoever are there, they're doing extremely well. They're like, apart from folks here, there is Spearmint, there is Ruby 7, there are a few others who are doing extremely well, and they're bringing in millions and millions of dollars, right? So Kerala has had a lot of success in video gaming. It's just that the question is not about influencing soft power at the moment. How do we scale those 5 startups to 50 startups, right? And where is the opportunity? What can we do as the industry, as policymakers, if there are any here? How do we go from these top 5 gaming studios to 50 gaming studios? If we get there, once we start producing enough content, influence will automatically come, right? At the moment, we just don't have enough content to influence anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, adding to what Sridhar said, we need to have more studios, but we are always blamed, as Kerala founders are always blamed, that they don't know how to sell a story or a narrative. But I think people from Kerala are really good at selling story through a medium, and our movie industry, our arts are a testament to that. And I think we can actually scale it up because there's enough storytelling capability, and original IPs always win. So yeah, I think there's a lot of potential to scale this up and build more studios out, more content out of this.
Right. As for me, I think let's define what's the definition of a soft power. So when, like Mukesh mentioned, when we say anime, the country that comes to mind is Japan, right? When we say K-pop, which is all over the trend these days, the country that comes to mind is Korea. Beer, Germany. Pizza, Italy. So we are trying to see if gaming can be equal to Kerala in India, in the gaming ecosystem. Can we do that? Yes. Is it easy? No. Is it difficult? Not really. Now, why I say that is because, inherently in Kerala, we have this storytelling culture. And we can just look at an ancillary industry like Malayalam. I think Malayalam film industry right now is already yielding a soft power across India. Because wherever we go, we say, oh, Malayalam movies are so great, you're so deep in content. And it's not a 5-year phenomenon. It's been happening since the last, 20 years. We have fantastic writers. Now, can we do that into gaming? Gaming is the same. What is gaming? Gaming is storytelling. Gaming is visual art. It's narration. So if you're able to, since the last 50 years, if we are actually able to tell a story visually, narratively, in the most beautiful fashion that people love, can we do that into gaming? Absolutely, yes. So what's stopping us? I think there is a general lack of awareness, not among the founders, but among the people, because gaming is always considered as a secondary industry. I think we should bring it more into the forefront. Like Jim mentioned, we should have more and more founders in the gaming space, because it's 1 or 2 studios can't do that. We have to build an entire ecosystem of games so that we can be the next superpower, at least in the next 10 years. Yep.
Wonderful. Jim, your take.
No, I also wanted to just connect that to the film industry itself. So recently we had a massive success of Loga, which was actually a Kerala-based theme, folklore kind of concept, which is with a modern twist. So that kind of creative twist can actually create native IPs, which can be enjoyable for the people who are outside of the state, outside of the country as well.
Prince?
Yeah, I know, I concur with what everyone said. The thing is that the raw talent, like you said, the infra, everything is there. And for us to become that soft power, I think it's a slow process. But the good thing is there are bodies that are taking, concrete steps towards that. So I think like all of these points, they're all relevant. So I don't have anything else to add, but
Right, fair enough. I guess the context is set, what do we want to see happening with in gaming in Kerala? And, from day one, we should be thinking about setting, global standards and build products which can go global. Coming back to some specific questions based on your own individual experiences, I'll possibly, start with Prince You. I mean, you're building something that is exciting, but at the same time very, very unique and rare, right? You're blending a massively popular sport like cricket, and people are crazy about the sport, and bringing that interactive play into the system. Now, just probably quickly, if you can tell us how has been that journey from discovery of such a product to maybe how the Kerala angle has actually helped you in building it the way that you have shaped it up so far.
Yeah. So we started the company, like I said, in 2021, and the vision was always to make something which is affordable and gives a console-like experience. The challenge for us was hardware in India is, always treated very differently. Whether it's from an investor point of view, if you go and pitch the idea, they'll say, in Hindi, they'll say, hardware nahi chalta hai. So that becomes a very tough selling point, and when you go and say that I'm building a game, okay, they will listen to you. But when you say I'm also building a hardware, it becomes tougher. They link it to chances of failure being higher because you have to get two elements right for the thing to work, right? So that was the initial challenge. We took 2 years of R&D. There were a lot of times when we thought the product will never see the world itself because hardware, as you know, is a very slow process. Like it takes a lot of iterations, a lot of patience, and there have been times when no output would come. Kerala's role in all of this, so I remember the first time when the hardware was ready, we went to a large studio in Bangalore. I think they probably have 300 odd people on their payrolls. And we told them that, we want this hardware to link to a game. Can we do a prototype, help us understand how it works and all. They took 3 months and probably, a few lakh of rupees, which we had put in ourselves at that point. And at the end of it, they came back saying that this concept won't work because, firstly, we can't find anything, any parallel outside. So there are no codes available, nothing. We tried, but there are drift issues. There is this issue, that issue, and it just didn't materialize. So they gave up after 5 months, and by then we had raised some money. Also, it was becoming like a stressful situation. At that point, we found someone in Kerala. We reached out to them. They had a brilliant game. We reached out to them, told them about our vision. So this gentleman told that, okay, let me try for 2 months. Let me come back to you and see what happens. Until then, you don't pay me anything. I'm just trying because I love the concept. After 2 months, he came back with the output which we always had in our, which we were envisioning. And that laid the foundation for early work on Metashot. So what a 350-member team could not achieve in Bangalore, this one single person did it in Kerala. And this is now patent pending in 8 countries. And he's the author also on that. So that's like you said, the raw talent that exists. Nobody knows him, probably. Maybe few people in our circles will know him. But that's the kind of people that we have today. It's time we celebrate more of such people, give them the recognition that is due, bring them onto the world stage. I think that's where we should be headed. So that's been our journey, and after that, it's been, luckily the product is a viral sensation from day one. Our first video got 60 million views and we sold out everything we had in the first 10 days. Then we went on Shark Tank, we had successive rounds of investment. So it's been a steady journey, but the start was very, very, very tough. And Kerala had a huge role. So our studio now is in Kochi, led by that same gentleman.
Great. That's an awesome story. I think we should celebrate that. And we look forward to, more sports being covered in future from your side. I'll come to Sibin now. Sibin, I mean, you have been working with an absolute giant of a studio. What do you think, what will make these studios like yours, publishers like yours globally, consider Kerala seriously in terms of, building this, as Prince was saying, from raw to, refined global powerhouse within the gaming? And based on your own experiences, how do you see that?
Right. So Square Enix came to India, I think it's been 5-6 years now. Earlier we were there, but then we had to go back. We came back again in 2019 with a renewed vision. And we chose Bangalore as a starting point. Now, why we chose Bangalore? And I'll just give you 3 points, I think, which is on top of my head right now. First is we look for local talent. So do we have local talent in Kerala? 100% yes. I can say this from experience of working in different companies that, like as Mukesh said in the introduction, that everywhere you go, there is a Malayali. This reminds me of that World Cup between India and Pakistan. Misbah ul Haq scooped a six trying to hit it down the ground, and there was Srishant who caught it, right? So there were memes going the round that in every part of the world you go, there is a Malayali. The same applies to gaming as well. In every gaming industry, be it animation or any ancillary industries, and at the top, at some gaming level, there are, a Malayali is there. So do we have the talent? Yes. The second point is, do we have the leadership in the state? So definitely we look for local leaders. Of course, Kerala has a lot of local leaders building fantastic games, fantastic hardware related to games. So that box is also checked. So Kerala checks that box as well. The third point we look at is the ecosystem. How is the government? Is the support coming in? I think in the last 2 years, I can definitely see a positive change where there has been a lot of support from the government, but a lot needs to be desired. We will reach there maybe in the next 1 year, but these are the 3 points that we look at. And Kerala definitely holds its ground mightily. I think, who knows, maybe we can just shift from Bangalore to Kerala. I'll be happy to be the flag bearer of that. But yeah, these are the 3 points, Mukesh, that we really look for.
Right. Awesome. Okay, I'll come to Sridhar now. You've been running multiple game businesses over last 2 decades, and you have been a strong ecosystem enabler with Jedi. I think that's an annual pilgrimage to every gamer and gaming company. Go to IGDC, which was in Hyderabad for a long time and now shifted to Chennai from this year. Now, what do you think, or from your perspective, what should the government and the government agencies should do here compared to the other larger states which have been active in the space to make this happen? With a small state within a large nation.
I think. As we talked about, there is a lot of creative people here already, a lot of raw talent. It's just that, and some very, very successful startups, right? A couple of years back or a few years back, there was this startup called Spearmint, and every VC I knew was calling me to see if I can give them the phone number of the founder of that company. And that was like a small company, and the guy didn't want to sell. He was like, I'm making so much money, why do I need anybody's investment, right? And then there were like other founders who were trying to reach him to see if they can buy him. It's, there are like so many of those kind of stories, as Prince said, from here in Kerala. It's just that nobody has heard of it. Kerala does a very, very bad job of marketing itself. For tourism, it does a great job, but when it comes to technology and talent, it hasn't done as well as a good job as some of the other states, right? But if there are any policymakers here, I think one of the things they have to start thinking is how do we formalize game design training within schools and colleges, right? Because we want people to know, just like movie industry, just like these others, gaming is a $230 billion a year industry, almost 4 times bigger than movie industry globally. So we need people to know that this industry exists and how do they go about building or becoming a game developer. So we need that kind of education. The second thing is, because it's a creative space and there is a lot of iteration trying to get whatever you're trying to do right, unlike traditional technology startups, funding is not easily audible. if you are at a certain level, yes, but not in the beginning. So that's where the government comes in, trying to create accelerators, incubators, apprentice programs. So the government should seriously look at those two. How do we do incubation? How do we do skilling? Because once that happens, then there's no stopping, because there's a lot of things going for Kerala right now. It's just that we need to fix the talent shortage problem.
Great, great. So I guess we have to catch them young to inculcate the raw talent into a global talent soon. Great, thank you. Jobin, we have known each other for some time. Now building a large open world dinosaur PC game, and now going into something totally different from that angle. I'm not going to say what you're building, that's up to you. But then, from that to what you're building currently, how was this transition journey, and how was being in Kerala or being among this kind of people actually elevated that process?
Yeah. So yeah, I am basically from finance background. I'm not an engineer. I came into gaming, I always say, by a lucky accident. And it's been, for anybody, it would have been a very hard journey in any other industry. But in gaming, I would like to bifurcate this into two. One is the community that we have in gaming, whether it's micro level or macro level. So at Norian, when we were building games, IP, we got to know about IGDC, which Sridhar was a part of. And IGDC opened the doors of gaming to me, somebody who did not know. And my current co-founder who's sitting there, Kaustubh, I met him in IGDC 2023 because we were the two funded studios in PC console, and we were like, you're making open world, I'm making open world. And we were like, we just started chatting from there. And every contact, every network that I've had is credit to IGDC and the local community here, Psych, which works in collaboration with KFCUM, who've been, as a community, as an enabler, they've been exceptional for us. In the second part, the challenges in my new one, we are building, so again, going back to my first conversation with Costa was like, PlayStation is there, Nintendo is there, why don't we build something like that for Global South? He's like, pagal hai. What are you saying? But then the beauty about Kerala is you've got a lot of talents here that people don't know. So building a hardware, Abhiram is here, who is part of our founding team. He built a handheld console based on Raspberry Pi, and he soldered the entire thing to show to our initial set of folks. Then we wanted to build it on Snapdragon, Qualcomm platform. And then through Abhiram, we got Daniel, who has built in Snapdragon for quite some time. So these guys were 21, 23, who are filing ITRs, huge ITRs, and who worked on these big projects, Lineage OS, Cyanogen. So the state, the ecosystems, the communities have actually helped me build these things. It's not because of my merit, I would say. I met some great people who added a lot of value, and KSUM was super supportive from day one. Yeah.
Right. I think we all appreciate that, that the ecosystem is slowly and steadily improving the things here. Jim, to you, what's the hardest part about building a game product from Kerala? Is it today capital, talent, distribution, or something else entirely?
The challenges of any company will be different in different stages of our development. So basically, in the early stages, cracking the technology and creating the prototype which actually works was the biggest part of our cycles. Later on, it was building the team. So in that time, what happened was that gaming wasn't really considered as a major career option in Kerala back in 2012. So when we wanted to create our first creative team, we had to look into studios, popular studios in working out of Bangalore and Hyderabad, and Malayalis were working out there. And then, get them back to Kerala, give them competitive salaries and bring them back. It was a win-win scenario for both of us. So that's how we initially set up our creative team. Then This case, we were actually virtually incubated with Startup Village, also the predecessor to KSUM. So that network altogether actually helped us, maintain that network and have a positive outlook altogether. So, that's it. There was some challenges, like for example, when we were actually moving into special economic zone in Cochin, we, on the license application, we mentioned our operation as game design or game development. The official came back saying we don't have any category like this. So we have to revert back to IT and IT-enabled services. But since we were a product-based company and we were cash flow positive, early on, we stayed in that mode itself, and the local support was there. The challenges were mostly about the product growth itself, how to align ourselves with the user base, who is actually, our 70% of the user base is actually US based. So how to create tweaks the product so that we are actually more in line with what the customer wants. So we stayed focused totally on the product, build it. So that's our story.
All right. Okay.
Can I add one more point here,
Yeah,
Mukesh?
please.
So if, we should stop, as an industry body, we should stop looking at gaming as just entertainment. I think that's where the problem lies. Of course, it is entertainment for the users who play it. But I think the industry body should look at gaming as a very high value export potential. If you look at or frame it in that way, I think you will look at the kind of revenues that is possible with this ecosystem, right? So I'll give you a small example. So in 2009, there was a small Finnish studio based out of Finland. So they made lots of games. They made, I think, close to 50 games. They failed. Ultimately, they released one game on iPhone, thinking that it'll be the big bet. Anyone knows which game that is? Okay, Angry Birds. So I'm sure you must have played Angry Birds at least once, or you might have at least heard of it. In 5 years, from 2009 to 2015, Angry Birds game alone made $5 billion in revenue. And they are not just a game. They became a brand. They released 2 movies. I was privileged to be, working in the licensing industry. So I have worked very closely with the Angry Birds team. We sold their licenses in India, and that was the hype that even in India, Angry Birds was selling like crazy on apparel, on licensing, on merchandise. So games is not just one vertical where you make a product and you do marketing and it's over. It amplifies, it compounds into different industries. So you go from games, you go to movies, you go to licensing, you go to merchandising. Now I think they're releasing a Angry Birds movie 3. They have multiple sequels. So that's one IP, just one IP. So imagine if we are able to build a single IP from Kerala. We don't want too much, if the body can come together, build one fantastic IP rooted in Kerala culture. We have so much of content. Just look outside, the backwaters. The musical instruments that we use, the music plays a big role in gaming. The chendas of the world. And, I'm so intrigued when I saw Brahmayugam, the movie, which had such fantastic music score. If we can bring that experience into games, and if we are able to say that, okay, one person from the United States is playing a game and enjoying, which is deeply rooted in the Kerala culture, that day Kerala will become a soft power in gaming. And I think that is definitely possible. But we all have to come together and just focus that, okay, this is not just entertainment. This is an industry ecosystem that we're building, and we should look for the next $1 billion idea. And I'm 100% sure it will come from Kerala. Thank you. I would love to show the Angry Birds video, but I think we are running short of time. So Mukesh,
Out of time, yeah. So I guess, is there a time for a video? Because I guess we can. So can we have the AV of that, third one?
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they love.
റാഡ് എന്തൊക്കെയുണ്ട് വിശേഷം?
കുറച്ച് ദേഷ്യമുണ്ട് വേണം.
ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നാം പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് ദേഷ്യം ഡാൻസ് ചെയ്തെങ്ങനെ. നീ എന്തൊരു കാമനെ കുറിച്ചാണ്?
പല്ല്, നരി, മയിൽ, വീരൻ, മല, മരം, മുയൽ, മീൻ, വെട്ടുകിളി, ഇടി, അവസാനം തല തിരിഞ്ഞു നോക്കുന്ന താറാവ്.
ചില സമയങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ ഞാൻ പേടിച്ചു പോകും. പേടിച്ചാ പിന്നെ ഞാൻ അറിയാതെ പൊട്ടിച്ചു. സോറി, എന്നോട് ക്ഷമിക്കണം. എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. ഞാനാണ് ഒരു പന്നി.
ഈ പന്നിനെ വെച്ചെന്താ?
ഏയ്, എന്ത് പറ്റി? ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പോണേ. നിന്നോടൊരു 100 വട്ടം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് താടാ. ഞാനൊരു പ്രാവശ്യം കൂടി വരാം.
Okay, I think we get the idea. You can stop the video. Thank you so much. So the idea is this is how we build $1 billion game. A game that was sketched on a piece of paper in 2009 becomes a global phenomenon by 2015. And as Mukesh mentioned, we don't need like very high infrastructure. We don't need land. We don't need factories. We just need, I think, 3 things. One is talent. Kerala has it. Computers and laptops, we all have it. Internet, I mean the remotest village in Kerala has internet. What else do you need? The Kerala government is there to support you. I think we should just come forward, take that first step into gaming, and you will see magic. 5 years it will take. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sivan. You made the job easier. So I guess no, we all agree that Kerala has been master storyteller for a long time, and gaming is just one more medium to do that, and maybe the most massive way that it can be achieved, through the gaming, because unlike the other mediums where you are either audio, visual, or one way, 2-dimensional, here is the interactive play that comes with it. Thank you, each one of you. You bring a lot of clarity and ambition to making this happen in the future. At the same time, I think we should not wait for a decade. Maybe this should happen earlier than that, and the stage is set for it. Thank you, audience, for listening to all of us. Have a good day.